figures on Labor's election promises, but they say they're being perfectly even-handed because they fudge the figures on their own election promises as well. Of course, if you're fed up with the major parties and Pauline Hanson isn't your cup of 245 tea, you do have a choice. You can use your ballot to vote for the Democrats, or if you want to be constructive, to make a nice paper hat. But without doubt, the main feature of the campaign so far has been boredom. In fact, the press gallery is so bored that if something interesting doesn't happen soon, they're going to lock Howard and Beasley in a broom closet with a Parliament House intern and a box of cigars. Viagra should be on sale in Australia in time for the election, after Health Minister Michael Wooldridge rushed through its approval. The Howard government has ignored unemployment, done a huge backflip on nursing homes and Telstra, and betrayed Indigenous people. But when it comes to important issues like white, middle-class, ageing hard-ons, they can't get their policy through quick enough. Be careful, though. About 75 men around the world have already died from overexertion after taking Viagra. But as they say, you only live once, then once more, then a half-hour break, and you have another go. A recent conference in Victoria on the workplace environment has been told having an office clown is good for company morale. And it's also good for carpooling. You'd be amazed how many clowns you can fit into one tiny little car. More and more organisations are now developing an office clown career path, from junior funster on to whoopee cushion supervisor, through the various levels of silly voice officer and right up to bum faxer senior grade. But it's not unknown for office pranks to go horribly wrong. 3 months ago, a joke document called The Job Network fell into the hands of the media, and it had to become official government policy. After the recent White House revelations, US publishers are about to flood the world with self-help books for sex addicts. One author claims Bill Clinton's addictive behaviour is hereditary. His father was a philanderer and his mother was a compulsive gambler. So it's in his genes. It's also on Monica's dress, in the White House carpet, and on the windows of Air Force One. And that is the good news!
It's good news week. Someone's dropped a bomb somewhere, contaminating atmosphere and blackening the sky. It's good news week. Someone's found a way to get the rotting dead a will to live for one and never die. It's good news week. It's good news week.
Thank you. Good evening. Tonight, because we like it here, the Pussycat, Mikey Robbins, the winner of this year's Queensland Raw comedy competition, stand-up and theatre sports star, the Gazelle, Katrina Shields, and the return of Brisbane's prodigal son, actor, comedian, former private investigator, the Wookiee, Adam Couper. And they're fighting tooth and nail with Julie the Hawk McCrossan, Rod the Galah Quantock, and Cheryl Willy Wagtail Kernot. Right to go, Brisbane? All right, good enough for me. Mikey, Katrina, Adam.
Yes.
Yep. Tell us what this story is.
Dr. David Perrott looking...
That's
One hell of a haircut.
story of a man named Perrott.
Yes.
Who was bringing up three very lovely girls.
Somebody's using Photoshop. And
That's a
public display of affection.
Oh,
Snogging.
that's disgusting.
Snogging.
Dr. Perrott's from the was it St Andrews University?
Yep.
And he's recently found out that what women find attractive, and strangely enough, it's fat, sweaty blokes.
They've done some research. They've done some research which shows apparently instead of women finding the Sean Connerys, the rugged, strong, handsome people attractive. They're now going for the wet Nancy, Leonardo DiCaprios of this world.
Yeah. Basically, women are now sexually attracted to men who need breastfeeding.
Did anyone ask a woman at any point? Were any women consulted?
No, this is a university we're talking about.
Oh.
No, they want a boy they can take home and discuss makeup and beauty tips with.
I'd say if Leonardo DiCaprio is a Nancy boy, he's good enough for me.
I thought 4 beers is good enough for me too. What the hell? He's a pretty little thing.
So that's it. Men with feminine features are more attractive.
Apparently, girly men are very popular with young women, which explains the host on the show.
I do also have a rugged side. It's my backside. There we go. I'm going to give you 5 points.
All right.
According to new research, both men and women find the feminized features of pretty boys like Johnny Depp and Leonardo DiCaprio more attractive than the rugged He-Man looks of Arnie, Clint, and Sean Connery.
Yeah, I agree.
Feminine men apparently make more attractive partners and fathers, whereas macho men have good intentions but spend most of their lives fighting virulent nasal hair. You can't deny Leonardo DiCaprio is as cute as a button, and nothing would turn women on more than Baywatch if it featured Leo running along the beach, his puny hairless chest heaving in the throes of a nasty asthma attack. Anyway, look, these cosmetic companies are now cashing in on this research by releasing a range of new products such as Girly Man Talc, Boy Toy Blush, and Sissy pour Homme. Julie, Rod, Cheryl, some hard copy for you.
I have. Is that scientific? Scientific, yeah.
Oh, a dog.
Must be very, very bored.
And a sheep. It's to do with cloning.
Yeah.
Okay, because everything is. If it isn't,
these days it
if
is,
it isn't Viagra, it's cloning. That's all that science is about. And what they've done, apparently in America, is that that's why the dog was looking a little bit disinterested. They're actually cloning a self-barking sheep that will round itself up.
He's on fire!
Gentlemen, it is my understanding that the Labor Party under our blonde friend here is opposing this because there are kelpies that are going to lose jobs out of this. And rural Australia has got enough problems. But isn't there another answer as well?
Yeah. Oh, yes. The other answer could be the self-shearing sheep.
No.
The sheep that is both male and female so can entertain itself endlessly on long nights down the bottom of the paddock. I've got no idea.
There is a Texan millionaire, Cheryl, I understand.
There's more than one of them.
And he loved his dog.
He loved it.
I'm sure he did.
Much that he wanted to invest half his fortune in cloning that dog so that he could have that dog forever.
And America being the responsible society it is, a whole group of scientists have dropped trying to find a cure for cancer and are now recreating a Texan millionaire's dog.
Because it is America.
Bye-bye! Neck and neck! A Texan millionaire is paying an American laboratory over $5 million to clone his pet dog, Missy. So he has a replacement when she dies. But it's going to be confusing for Missy to live out her last days with a strange new dog whose bum smells oddly familiar. Cloning could be a real help in training pets too. If you own several copies of the same dog and one of them did something like bad, you could put it down as a warning to the others. And if you lost your cat, instead of photocopied flyers, you could just staple clones of the cat to telegraph poles. Before the show, as we attached Mr. Fluff Fluff to a telegraph pole, both teams received 3 clues to a recent strange but true adventure. For Robbins, Shields and Couper, a sack.
This would be your basic sack.
Saffron.
Oh.
And this.
Here we come, walking down the street. We get the funniest looks from everyone we meet.
Hey, the monkeys! And people say monkey around. We're too busy singing to put anybody down.
Everyone the age of 25 is going, what the?
And Macrossum, Quantock and Kernot have a Tamagotchi. Teeth. So realistic it's scary. And this.
On the good ship, lollipop, it's a nice ship to the candy shop where bonbons play.
Everybody happy on the beach at Cape
I pulled something out of the side of this thing and it's going
It's
off.
going to explode.
Feed it, quick, feed it, feed it, feed it.
You've killed the Tamagotchi baby.
I've never had one before. If you stick it back in, is it okay?
No,
If you
no.
don't
You've
feed
got
it,
to
it
care for that child over the course of the show, otherwise it will die.
Jeez,
right.
Someone call welfare, have the Tamagotchi taken away from her.
And it's to start round 2, Warren! Three headlines about the same subject, but their identity has been cunningly concealed by the name... Adam, your headlines? 1. With suspicious minders, Queen Warren on scent.
Yeah.
Or is it Warren, Queen of the promo circuit?
Yeah.
Or 3, $130,000 for Warren, Virgin Bride.
Ah.
Is it Costello?
It is. It's part of the new tax on loss of virginity that's happening.
Are you familiar with this, Warren?
Yes, this warrant is in fact, it's to do with 130,000 gave it away. It's our dear old Priscilla Presley, in fact, who has recently sued a person who wrote a book claiming that he had slept with Priscilla Presley before she married the king. She sued him successfully. That's where the 130,000 came from.
So you're saying Warren is Priscilla Presley?
I'm saying Warren is so Priscilla Presley, it's
Let's
not
see
funny.
if he's right.
I believe Priscilla has released a perfume based on... it was the scent that used to attract Elvis the most. It was chicken gravy.
A New York judge has ordered a former army buddy of Elvis to pay Priscilla $130,000 after he wrote a book claiming she wasn't a virgin when she married the king. Priscilla admitted there was one time they were about to have premarital sex, but she was concerned about getting pregnant, sent Elvis off to the chemist, and didn't see him again for 4 days. Of course, when they got married, the sex was really good, except for the guy who stood there the whole time saying, Elvis has entered the building, Elvis has left the building, Elvis has entered the building, Elvis left the building, Elvis the building, Elvis. And Priscilla remembered the king as a caring lover, who always finished by saying, thank you very much. Cheryl.
Yes.
Can you divine the identity of this Warren?
I'll do my best.
Here's your first one. The good boy who became Warren. Or is it 2, fun-loving Warren leaves with a call for harmony? Or 3, Killer Squad stalks Warren?
Oh, it's got to be the fun-loving Ginger leaves with a call. No.
But she's not a boy.
Well,
No,
apparently...
This is Cheryl's answer, but I have a spooky feeling it could be Brian Harradine.
No, I think it's Pauline Hanson. Harmony,
she's-
Killer Squad.
Killer Squad stalks Judith Durham.
Oh, never!
No, we know.
No, can we just hear from Cheryl just for 1 second? If everyone else can just, give the politician a go.
What's Polish for Warren?
Warinsky.
Well, that's
Kerensky. I think it's a Polish Warren called Carol somebody, but better known as Popesky.
Popesky?
I think it's a good boy who became a pope.
Pope.
I think it's the
Fun
Popesky.
loving-
Oh, you've changed your tune now, haven't you? Cheryl's gone, it's the Pope, and you've gone, I think it's the Pope.
I think it's
Let's just see if it's the Pope.
Is it?
Cheryl Kernot!
Killer Squad stalks Pope. How hard is he to find? Oh, that's him up on the balcony.
Yeah, we're looking for a short Polish man in a long white dress. Found him!
Yes, it is Pope John Paul II. His Holiness is about to bring out a range of designer wear, including T-shirts, jumpers, signed leather items, and sunglasses. The Pope's sunnies are actually part of a series. There's the Papal Father glasses, the Papal sunglasses, and the Papal Holy Ghost glasses. But wait, there's more. The Pope's own brand of nightwear, JP's PJs. Simple, stylish, and impossible to remove before marriage. papal jeans, covered thy neighbour's ass, and T-shirts saying, my mum went to the Vatican and all I got was a renewed sense of guilt. The good news is Protestants are also introducing a range of designer clothing under the Calvinist Klein label. What about a little bit of bad street theatre? Katrina and Rod will give us a fine visual presentation of a recent news story. Their teammates must decipher it as quickly as they can. Katrina, help yourself to a topic. You can read that.
I can, Paul.
Don't let him see.
You wouldn't believe what he keeps in that box on weekends.
Your time begins now.
Oh, there's walking involved.
Your time begins now.
First syllable. Military, very military.
Soldier.
Okay, soldier on with Codral, soldier on. You're blind soldiers.
Blind soldiers! The Australian Army is made up of blind soldiers. Halt! Who goes somewhere?
Okay, he's flipping the pages. They're lost.
Lost. Oh, hang on!
The commandos! The commandos! They're coming in the road!
Wait! I want to hear more to the answer than Mikey just going, the commandos!
Okay, a squad of commandos paddling one of those. Paddling a raft. They got out of the boat
And they got lost! And
people's
they had to be
doors.
rescued by the helicopter men!
They went no going. We've got to knock and ring and tap and knock and ring and tap and knock until...
Extraordinary.
You guys must be pooping your panties right now.
Don't be afraid. We're up to it.
I've got chest pains. Oh, clear!
On a recent training exercise off Sydney's Newport Beach, 9 elite Army commandos had to rely on a helicopter rescue crew, police and friendly locals after their inflatable rafts got stuck on a reef and deflated. Initially, the damage to the inflatables was minor, until an officer told one of the soldiers to stop the air escaping, so he shot it. The mishap was very traumatic because the soldiers were all wearing full camouflage gear. Each commando thought he was stranded alone. Then it took the rescue chopper hours to find them. As a result, all future commando missions will be conducted in luminous pink jumpsuits. Can I interest you in a bit of bad street theatre, Mr. Quantock?
Yes!
All right.
I'm ready, Paul.
Okay.
You know you're the best at this. No one comes close. Apart from Ed Burns, who's fantastic. You can do it. I know it's you can do it.
I can do it! Have you started?
No, I haven't started.
Do it over there.
A man needs to loosen up his mind muscles, okay?
The time starts now.
Typing. Computer.
Word processing.
Word process.
Is it satellite control? Lunar control?
Internet.
Yes!
Are you using the internet to order Viagra? What the hell is he doing?
You broadcast over the internet the removal of your private parts in a medical procedure.
Live. It was
Give us
live.
another second.
Hold there. Internet. I might have to throw it there if you don't get it very shortly.
Very shortly.
Brett. Implant.
No, it's, you know...
Transplant. Sex change.
Go. Why is it go? Why?
It's sex change. It is a sex change over the internet.
Money.
That'll bloody do!
Terrific, isn't it? That won't be on the internet.
Rod, I think you did very well. I'm sorry you had such poor people to work with.
Remarkable. I mean, my team's mostly women.
I know.
And,
I had to communicate to men here, okay? I had to make them understand me without words.
That's the way they like them, don't you know?
Later this year, a Florida company plans to make cyber history by broadcasting the world's first male-to-female sex change operation.
Male to female? How'd you do that?
You chop off the dick, Cheryl.
Which was the thing?
Labour politician, ladies and gentlemen.
It's a very simple thing. They cut that bit off and they cut your pay in half.
That's quite good. Quite good. For 49 years, the patient known as Julie has had the wrong software. So she's upgrading from a floppy to a zip drive. And you'll be able to log on to see it lopped off. If you're interested in watching the gruesome procedure, the internet address is www.penisslash.com. The Smutty Robinses are on 9 points. The Cheek McCrossans are on 9 points. It's a tie, ladies and gentlemen. And a moment neck and neck. The ultimate game. Mikey, Katrina, Adam, your strange but true clues were the sack, saffron, and that.
Here we come, walking down the street. We get the funniest looks from everyone we meet.
Actually, the saffron is alluding to, I think, not saffron as a colouring agent, saffron robes, which,
Everybody.
which we all know is something that Buddhist monks like to wear, apart from leather G-strings. There was a monk in, I think it was Thailand, I'm not quite sure, a Buddhist monk who was given the sack because he kept jumping over the wall of his monastery and nicking down to the local karaoke bar.
Doing a few numbers.
And doing
a few Kurt Cobain
She
songs.
was only 24 hours from Tulsa! Thank you, the sound of one hand clapping, all right. It's an old thing, if someone opens a karaoke bar in the middle of the forest and no one hears it, does it exist? Thank you, the Buddhists, to the audience, all right.
But you see, you can just see it's like, here we come.
Walking down the street.
Happy Adam Couper. Okay, I'm going to give you 4 points for that. You have done very well there, right, ladies and gentlemen? A Buddhist monk in Cambodia has been expelled from his temple after being caught sneaking out every night to indulge his secret passion, karaoke. He was particularly well known for his rendition of I've been to Nirvana, but I've never been to me. The other monks finally decided to get rid of him after he led the morning prayer, and the chant somehow turned into Copacabana.
He was Rajiv. He was a Buddhist.
And a big thank you to the Barry Manilow fans over there. You lonely, lonely people.
And if Julie Andrews had been a Cambodian monk when she swirled around singing The Hills Are Alive with the Sound of Music, she could have stepped on a landmine and bang! You would have got an instant happy ending then.
You know the song Do Re Mi from Sound of Music was written in Australia? Do a beer, I love my beer. Ray, a guy who buys me beer. Me, a bloke who likes his beer. Far, a place I go for beer. So give me another beer. Lager is a type of beer. Tea, no thanks, I'll have a beer. Someone bring us back some beer.
Julie Rod Cheryl, your story is somehow linked to the Tamagotchi, the teeth, and that.
On the good ship, lollipop in tonight. Bring to the candy shop where bonbons play.
On the beach, everywhere. Give us that big smile.
Clutch cargo with the teeth just moved and none of the face did.
Now,
John Howard.
I got a vision over Australia. I got a vision.
Listen, Rod, what you've actually got are two lollies on your bloody forehead.
I think the inventor looking for more money, more moolah from this,
Yes,
tried a really quirky idea
yes.
of one you can eat.
It's a little toy that you can put in your mouth and then it makes beautiful music that fills up your head. So your child can sit there utterly quiet, its mouth shut,
yeah.
with all this music happening. It's not on drugs, it's eating a Japanese toy.
And if you don't want people to hear, you do that, and then you can go...
It's actually
Open your mouth.
it's actually a revolving lollipop holder. Not that I've paid much attention to it. It's so embarrassing.
It wouldn't have...
Is that right?
Yeah, it spins in your mouth.
Your
It
mouth.
could end up sort of scrambling your tongue.
Here's a theory that it already has.
They are right, ladies and gentlemen. In Japan, the makers of Tamagotchis have come up with a new toy. It's a musical lollipop which plays a tune when you put it in your mouth. Every time you suck, you hear music. It's just like being in the Spice Girls. It's good news for people who like dance parties but hate dance music. At a rave, your friends will think you're being cool by sucking a lollipop without realizing you're listening to your tongue play Celine Dion. The manufacturers have gone to a lot of trouble to match flavours with tunes like Strawberry Fields Forever and Raspberry Beret. Sadly, there was a major crisis when they realised they'd sent out an entire batch of dead skunk in the middle of the road. The bad news is there were some problems during the research phase. An 8-year-old boy was testing a lollipop which played the 1812 Overture. And when it got to the bit with the cannons going off, his head exploded. Mikey Robbins, Katrina Shields and Adam Couper scored a tasteless 17 points. Nick Baidoon across and Rob Quantock and Cheryl Kernot on a mouth-watering 20 points.
You're so emotional.
You pathetic little man.
At least I get the pretty one.
Have I missed out on anyone? So we say thanks for having us, Brisbane, and leave you with the good news that Monica Lewinsky and her case has prompted US pharmaceutical companies to look at ways to wean sex addicts off their addiction, like they do with smokers. The race is now on to develop the first wet patch. Good night.
It's Good News Week.
You can find the Good News Week book, CD and T-shirt at ABC shops. Next week, Paul's guests will include Western Australian nun Sister Veronica Brady and Victorian comedian Rove McManus.
It's Good News Week. It's Good News Week.